So I wanted Rick and Catherine to tell you guys about how they had this idea for the course and how it all works, and just educate us on what you guys are doing.
Well,
Excellent.
Rick had the idea, so we'll let him talk about
Well,
his history with it.
it started a long, long time ago. It's been 28 years now.
Wow.
And it started all through a passion for motorsports. And I did some racing and learned a lot, spent a lot of money, and did some crewing for some teams, and learned what I really enjoy doing is sharing the passion of driving. And that's how the school developed. It started as a hobby, and then we honed it through the years and added more to it, and the curriculum grew, and it's developed into a well-run school at this point in time that we really enjoy doing. The thing you might know is it's as fun for us as it is for the drivers to see them experience this and their skills grow and learn things they didn't know even existed.
Well, I could tell that from watching you guys at the school. I mean, we were, it's a pretty intense 2 days, and I can tell when people are at work versus having a good time, and you guys are having a good time, and it bleeds over to everybody else in the course. This was a great way to spend a weekend, and it wasn't that much money. It really was not. I'm surprised you can do it as reasonably as you can. So, Catherine, how did you get your involvement in this? Where did that come from?
It was completely accidental. I was not looking for a driving course. When at the time that I started driving, I would pick a new hobby or something to try every year, and I had to stick with it for a year. So I did ballroom dancing, I did Wing Chun, and then I had a client who I was coaching in the executive world, and we were working on some things, and I said, "Why don't you try this skill outside of work? What do you do other than work and family?" He said, "I'm a driving instructor." And I said, "Oh, you poor thing. Those 15-year-olds must drive you crazy." And he said, "Not that kind of driving instructor."
Not that kind of driving instructor.
And I said, "What do you mean?" And that month I signed up for the course, and I've never looked back. And I started later than most people do as a woman. I had my target on my back all the time because this was probably about 6 years ago. Not as many women in the field at all. And here's this older woman in a hoity-toity white little Mercedes trying to drive. And so it was many times I asked myself, why did I do this to myself? But the reason I always made myself stick to things for at least a year is when you're learning something new, and a lot of times it's not very much fun. And there were times I was not having fun, but I didn't want to quit. And so when I first learned ballroom dancing, the instructor used to ask me if I had a drink because I wasn't in balance. I didn't know how to balance very well. So, it wasn't that much different with the driving. Is I overanalyzed everything. I'm a body language expert. And so I overanalyzed everything instead of just driving. And so, that's how it started. And then I'm an educator by trade. I'm a public speaker. And so Rick recognized that is a skill set that I have. And so soon I'm teaching in the classroom and really, really enjoying it. So it was fun.
Well, I think that's a good observation. When we learn new things, one of the common experiences that everybody has is having the fact that you don't know what the hell you're doing thrown up into your face, right? And to work through that requires humility, and it requires a focus on the fact that I'm here to learn. I'm not here to teach. I'm here to learn what the hell I need to be doing. And the way you guys have the school set up is very, very productive. My in-car instructor's name was Jeff Hastings, and the guy he was a good teacher. He was real good at this, and he knew exactly what I was doing all the time. He knew what I was thinking all of the time. He could tell what I was thinking by watching my feet and my hands. And it was a very productive weekend. And